Hello there yogis, and welcome to Yoga for Emotional Release. We can allow ourselves to be a little vulnerable. Vulnerability essential to our healing. In this sequence we will physically open our hearts and introduce some balance to support our capacity to learn how to respond and be responsive, bringing our inner power to life. So coming onto the knees in Vajrasana or Thunderbolt pose with the knees together, hips to heels, we're going to take a mudra called Uttara Bodhi, interlacing the last three fingers, pressing the index fingers together and the thumbs. And this mudra or this gesture is one to soothe the nerves before seemingly overwhelming tasks, for calming an overactive or overexcited mind. So let's take a moment to shut out sensory distractions, quiet the nervous system. And then as we're ready, releasing the mudra and taking a stretch. Right palm comes to the side of the body, lifting up and overhead with the left arm. Nice side stretch, hips to heels, looking up towards the top fingers. Smoothing down the breath. Exhale, release. Nodding shoulders away from the ears and take the stretch to the opposite side, reaching up and over with the opposite arm. Lift and lengthen, keeping hips nice and stable, pelvis stable. Shoulders soft away from the ears. Exhale, release. And then taking it into a twist. So twisting out over towards the right hand side. Use that left palm across the right thigh for a lever. And then twisting to the opposite side. Looking out over left shoulder. Keep the spine nice and straight. And then coming into Kurmasana or tortoise pose. So for this we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Slot the palms beneath the shins, beneath the calves, and allow the whole upper body to fold forwards. Again, this is a sensory quietening, a withdrawal, quietening the nervous system. So pelvis is stable, hips are sinking, evenly pressing through both sit bones as the upper body folds forwards. Crown of the head descending towards the floor. And inhale as come up. Bring the knees together and extending it out into Dandasana or staff pose. So lengthen through the heels, nice straight spine, fingertips either side of the body and reach the crown of the head up towards the sky. Feel that strength in the thighs, feel that stability. And then bringing palms of the hands behind the hips. Gentle chest opening, press through the soles of the feet, lift the hip points up, curling tailbone towards backs of heels. Open across the collarbones, open and lift the heart. Strong through the sides of the neck, crown of the head reaching. To modify, you can bring the feet towards the body and come into table, so the knees are bent. Or continue to extend and press through the feet as you wish. What does your body need today? Exhale, cross at the shins. And coming into all fours for pressing up into Adho Mukha Svanasana or downward facing dog. So arms and ears are in line, pedal out the heels, hip width apart. Feel that energy coursing through the fingertips up to the tailbone and back down through the heels. And as you're ready, inhale, lift and open that right hip. Extending that right foot up and across the body, allow that ankle to dangle across. And then take it into Wild Thing. Lifting and lengthening across the front of the body, right fingertips reaching up and overhead. Pressing through the outside of the left foot. Keep the hip points reaching towards the sky. Exhale. Stepping forwards into a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. And take a mudra. Index finger and thumb. For a little bit more, you can kick the left foot up behind, sink those hips towards the floor, keeping hips nice and level, hip points facing forwards. Open across the chest, shoulders releasing down away from the ears. Exhale, release. Reaching for your strap for a modification, bringing that strap up and over the left shoulder, supporting the weight of the foot. Keep the tummy drawing in towards the spine, strong and stable through the pelvis. And as we're ready, inhale. Interlacing fingertips and reaching index fingers towards the sky in Virabhadrasana 1 or warrior pose. So internally rotating your left thigh, anchoring your left heel into the mat. Keeping your right knee directly over your right ankle. Raising your torso, wrapping your front ribs and stacking your shoulders over your hips. Extending fingertips brightly. And then shifting that weight forward into the front foot, bring palms to touch in front of the heart. Imagine a tether between your left heel and your sternum, making it as taut as possible. And then inhale, reaching back into warrior 1, gentle back bend. Keep that back heel lifted. Looking up, gentle back bend. And then reaching for your strap if you have one. We're going to come into Natarajasana or Lord of the Dance pose. So you can hook your left foot into the loop behind you and bring your right arm up alongside your ear. On an exhalation, press the top of your left foot into the strap and away from your buttocks. Starting to work your left thigh towards parallel with the mat. If you wobble and come out, as I did, just come back. Focus on anchoring your tailbone down and lifting up your heart. Your right arm can extend out in front of you, acting as a counterbalance, or taking hold of the strap with your right hand, guiding your triceps towards parallel. Exhale, release. Palms to press in front of the heart and then hinging from the hips, coming into a gentle forward fold before stepping back into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, sending tailbone high, arms and ears in line, pressing out through the heels of the feet. Tummy drawing in up and underneath the ribs. And then as you're ready, lift and opening up that left hip by allowing that left heel to come up and dangle towards the right. Feel free to practice here or continue that journey coming into Wild Thing, pressing through the outside of the right foot, lift and lengthen through the front and side body, reaching left fingertips up and overhead, sides of the neck long. To modify, drop that right knee down towards the floor. And just extend that left foot, open and back. Nice and strong, shoulders over wrists. And then rolling back over, reaching for your strap. Have it nearby. Coming into low lunge, squaring off the hips towards the front of the mat, then sink the hips towards the floor, left knee over left ankle. And then take a mudra on the other side. For a little bit more, kick that right heel up and reach for the outside of the foot, keeping shoulder points facing forwards, chest lifting and opening. A nice quadricep stretch. Hip flexor stretch on the right hand side. Softly close or soften the eyes, sinking those hips forwards, keeping that left knee over left ankle, spreading through the toes. Inhales, exhales the same length. Inhalers, come up, interlacing all of the fingers, reaching index fingers high. Keep that right heel lifted, reaching fingertips brightly up and overhead, taking it into a gentle back bend. Feel that rib cage expand on the in-breath. Crown of the head reaching up. And then exhaling, palms to press, shift that weight into the left foot. Coming into warrior 3. So again, imagining a tether between that right heel and the heart. So pressing that right heel away, extending the palms out. And then taking it back down into warrior 1. Right heel lifted, reaching that heart towards the sky. Feel that energy lifting. Exhale, release. Coming towards the front of your mat. Take a breath here into Tadasana, mountain pose, before reaching for the outside of the right foot. Keep the knees level. And either reaching for your strap, looping it over the foot and over the shoulder, or just taking that foot inside or outside, whichever feels most comfortable. Then extend and lengthen, working your thighs towards parallel with the mat. Inhale, release, bring back into warrior 1. Step in towards the back of the mat in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Press through all of the fingertips, spread broadly through the mat. Then exhale, dropping towards the knees. Pausing for a moment in Virasana or Hero. Again, taking our mudra, Utara Bodhi Mudra, interlacing the last 3 fingers, pressing index finger and thumbs together. And let's take a few deep breaths, splitting that breath into 3. So filling from the belly, lower chest, upper chest. And then releasing that breath in reverse order. So releasing from the upper, mid to lower chest and abdomen. So exhalations into 3 equal parts. Perhaps the momentary pause between each exhale. Inhaling in a smooth, continuous movement. And you can take anywhere from 12 to 18 rounds of this breathing pattern. Life extending breath. In the breath is the yoga. Pranayama. Smooth, continuous movement. Into the belly, mid to upper chest. Exhale out of upper, mid to belly. And this pranayama ends at the bottom of the exhalation. Release the palms to the thighs. Then reaching into Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. So bringing shoulders through the arms, lying flat on your abdomen, placing hands underneath the shoulders, curling shoulders away from the floor, feeling collarbones broadening, pressing down into all of the toenails, tops of the feet. Raising head and chest, and then exhale, releasing towards the mat. Lengthen through the top of the feet, roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then slowly inhale, peeling your head and chest off the floor, perhaps extending the arms into seal. Pressing through broad fingers. And then exhale, slowly release. Again, inhale, peel the head and chest. Extending forward through the sternum, raising head and chest, keeping head in line with torso. Perhaps pressing through tops of the feet and lifting the hips off the mat to come into up dog for a stronger back stretch. And then exhale, releasing. Pull back into extended child's pose, hips towards heels. Take a breath here. And then inhale. Shifting onto the hips and then coming into sitting. Before releasing to the mat on your back, coming into Setu Bandha Sarvangasana or bridge pose. So setting up for bridge, walk the heels towards the hips, palms alongside the body. Keeping the knees nicely parallel, tailbone tucking towards backs of knees. Chin away from chest. For a little bit more, interlace the fingertips and walk them down past the tailbone, rolling shoulders underneath the back. Keep pressing through the soles of the feet. And then exhale, releasing down. Rest with one palm on the navel, one across the heart. And stay here for a breath or two. And then again, setting up for bridge pose, hips towards heels. You can experiment with how far away your heels are from your pelvis. If you're feeling discomfort or gripping in your hips or knees, place blocks or blankets underneath your thighs. Keep chin away from chest, lengthen the tailbone, and broaden your lower back. Exhale, release. Palm to navel and heart. Catch the breath. Again. Last time, walking those hips towards heels, almost so that you can dust the backs of the ankles with the fingertips. Modifying as your body needs. You know your body best. Pressing through the soles of the feet evenly. Keep tailbone drawing under. And then softly release. You can release in Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet pressing. Allow the knees to drop open softly towards the sides. And this time bring the chin in ever so slightly in towards the chest. Keep length through the tailbone. And again, broaden across the lower back. Close your eyes and rest in with left hand over your heart, right hand over lower belly. And then as you're ready, extending the feet away, walk them as wide as the mat, allow the toes to drop open towards the sides. Coming into Shavasana, your final rest. Allow the shoulders to release away from the ears. Palms facing up, equidistant from the body. Nice straight line from the neck out through the tailbone so the spine is straight but not stiff. Palms and whole body relaxed and sinking into the floor. So as you're ready, begin to take some longer, deeper breaths, preparing the body to make some small movements, drawing the knees in towards the chest, and then softly rolling onto your right hand side. Pause for a moment. Before pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. And then palms in front of the heart. Bow the head, sealing in the benefits of your yoga practice. Namaste. Thank you for your beautiful practice. See you next time.